Alright, Shalom. Shalom. This is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makak Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, in today's lesson, we're going to go into how the Lord is going to protect the righteous out there. Alright, so right now you're seeing, this is just a refresher, just for encouragement, for motivation. Those of you that already, know this, this is just a refresher, just to kind of, because, because Esau, you hear that these elites are gonna, be, they're going to be, they passed that new law, okay, that they're gonna, if you're speaking, on the internet, they consider it hate speech. Was pretty much if you're speaking the truth, they're gonna, come at people with fines for what, 500,000 or $1 million, So you can see that these Edomites are clearly on the move, but that's a good thing, because why is it a good thing? Because the Lord has them in quicksand, just like the Pharaoh, okay? Because the Lord's gonna have these Edomites coming in head first. All right, yes, it's gonna be hard times, but the Lord's gonna uppercut this devil. Remember that. What happened to the Pharaoh? Okay, same thing that the Lord is gonna do to Esau. He's gonna have him come in head first. Okay, nice and proud, nice and puffed up, and the Lord's gonna uppercut him. Facts. So this is just to, a little reminder, a little refresher to let you guys know out there that, hey, to let you guys know out there that, the Lord is with His elect. You see? So this is a very, very important topic, because the flesh, we have good days and we have bad days, so on our good days, you feel good, but what about on your bad days when you don't feel so well? This is why you gotta constantly stay in prayer, because you don't know what day, this is why Yahweh Shai said, pray that your flight be not in winter or on the Sabbath. All right, because you want to pray that in that hour the Lord gives you the strength. Because right now you may say, oh yeah, you may feel a certain way right now, but hey, you don't know for sure. That's why it's always good, just to stay humble. Okay, stay humble. Stay humble, stay patient, and pray to the Lord. All right, you want to go into this thing, confident, but always lean on the Lord, trusting the Lord. All right, and it's always Lord willing, because you don't know. Okay, because you don't know on that day, because some days you have good days, some days you have bad days. What if there's a day when your spirit's down and Esau rolls on you, when you're on your down day? See? All right, so you gotta pray that in that hour that the Lord's gonna sustain you, but for the hopeful elect, He will. But it's just something just to remind you guys out there, all right, just that the Lord is gonna protect His elect. So once because right now they're gonna start these elites and these Edomites and heathens with their famine, the word and all that, giving out fines and all that. Okay, but after that is going to be persecution, where they are going to be, locking people up, but that's all right. What happened to Peter? Okay, they locked him up, an angel got him out of there, that night. You see? So that's something that you have to, consider, something to think about, okay? Because, we're entering a very, a very, you know, heavy time where, yes, you want to pray for patience and endurance, but the Lord's going to be with his hopeful elect. All right. So you're going to see how these 2/3 bug out. You're already are seeing them. And then November 1st, remember the SNAP benefits are cut off, and along with a lot more other things. So we are about to see with our eyes our enemies be in fear, starting with the 2/3 of our own people. Remember, because the Lord don't want them. So remember, this is their judgment for the hopeful elect out there. Remember, the Lord is going to protect you. All right, but you still just you want to remain humble and patient, and stay in the faith. Psalms 91 verse 1 on down. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Yahweh shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Right, okay? So right there, okay, what is the secret place of the Most High? This word, okay, the truth. See, because the world don't have it. This is why the world, remember that video? The other day I was going into saying that how these elites don't care about the protesters and all that. What happened? Just a couple of days ago, Trump put that video that he was, taking a crap on the people on the No Kings protest, remember? See? So that's just to show you, it's not just, it's just to show you that, more and more proof that these leaders, okay, the president, they don't care about your feelings. They don't care about, that's not fair, and they don't care. See, that's just to show you out there that, by you guys protesting all that on the freeways and no ICE and all that, these elites just laugh at you. It's not to, talk down on the people, and just like, you're retards. It's just to make a point, okay, to show you that, and right there, Donald Trump just proved that, and he don't even care, But by him doing that, okay, it shows two things, okay? So what's the lesson to be learned from that? By Donald Trump making that video, by him taking a crap on those people, with the, No Kings protest, there's two things. Number one, okay, now the people out there, those of you guys that are protesting that think that, your voice matters and that these elites care about you, they don't. Okay, so now you're seeing that even the president, for him to make of the United States, Donald Trump, for him to make a video like that, just shows that these Edomites are cave dwellers. Okay, remember, he's a beast man. Okay, because why would the king, okay, make a video like that? All right, it's just to show you he's low class. All right, and that just to show you that, It may be one thing if he kind of just said that, if he was kind of like drinking a little bit and he says, yeah, I'm gonna just kind of shit on the people. Okay, that's one thing, you kind of, we're drinking a little bit, but to make a video like that and push it out, it shows you that this man's a cave dweller. Remember, he's an Edomite. Just because he got money and all that, remember, these Edomites are not royal. Okay, they are cave dwellers. Remember, they're Edomites. All right, they're Edomites. There's a reason why the Lord is going to exterminate them. Okay, because they actually sleep with children. Okay, they eat humans. They do baby sacrifice. It's real. And that little video right there just to show you, okay, that because these elites, they say the royals, they're not royal. Okay, they're cave dwellers. This is why they do everything in secrecy, with their secret societies. When they sleep with children and all that, Epstein Island, all that, because this is what they do. And now the world is starting to know that, man, yeah, because these people, they're not who you think they are. Okay? They're not who you think they are. So that's number one. Okay? Because a lot of people say, well, I have a voice, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's what you may think, And, hey, and I totally understand that. Because a lot of people say, well, I have a voice, and, I'm going to go protest. Okay, I understand that. But that don't mean that the elites are going to look at you and care. They're going to laugh at you. And by Donald Trump making that video is confirmation, And if you still like, oh, no, our protest, it matters, that's completely on you, But we're just pointing the things out. We're not going to go back and forth and say, yeah, nah, It's just, hey, this is what it is. Okay, there's proof right there. The proof's in the pudding. All right, if you still think, oh, no, well, by us protesting, it helps. Well, that's on you. But you've seen it from Donald Trump yourself, He just showed you straight up that he's shitting on the people. You know, and he made that himself. That wasn't somebody who did it. We're trying to make him look bad. That was him. So that's just showing you how these elites and leaders feel about the people. Number two, and then that shows him that he's low class, okay? Because he's the king, you know. He's the leader, and he's making videos like that. That's low class, you know. But remember, he's an Edomite. What do you expect? Remember, okay? He's an Edomite. All right. This is why the Lord is gonna put him into slavery, because there's a lot of things that you guys don't know out there that these leaders are doing behind closed doors. Just because they have money and they wear a suit and tie, remember, these people are they're very disgusting individuals. Very disgusting. So that's something you guys gotta know out there. They're very disgusting individuals. I mean, to the extreme. So it's something that you guys got to know and be aware of out there. Okay, something that you gotta know and be aware of out there, because yeah, they're very I mean, come on, to sleep with a child, and that's what they do. These Edomites, they're homosexuals, but not only that, they're pedophiles. Yeah, so not only do they like to sleep with men, but they sleep with children. Yeah, and this is facts right here, ladies and gentlemen. They sleep with children. Boys. You imagine? So that's something that is like, whoa, and that's real. It's very real. Because these leaders are satanic. So that's what they do. They sleep with children. It's just what they do. You tell me that's shoot, that's not disgusting. But this is why the Lord is warning you through his prophets. Because if you still think that I'm still gonna I still think that they're good people and stuff. Well, that's on you. But the Lord is telling you over and over again, okay, who these devils are and how they are. See? So let's continue. Psalms 91. Psalms 91 verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Yahweh shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Alright, because in the secret place, alright, is this word. Alright, so this is something that, you guys out there got to know. Alright, so this is a secret place. It's this word, you see? Alright, so Psalms 91 verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So the secret place of the Most High Yahweh is this word, okay? This is our comfort. This is where, you go to get comforted. This is why Yahweh Shai told Peter 3 times, if you love me, feed my sheep, okay? Alright. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, that's the word, shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. What's the shadow of the Almighty? Okay, protection. Okay, because the Lord is going to protect his sheep. You see? Verse 2. I will say of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim El Shai, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. See? Verse 3, surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, because the Lord is going to be with His hopeful elect. Okay? Yahweh Bashim El Shai is going to be with His hopeful elect. This is something that is very, 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 very crucial. Okay? Because the Lord, He's definitely going to save and help His elect. Alright? And from the noisome pestilence. Very, very important. There's a lot of pestilence that's going to be, coming down the pike. Okay? A lot of pestilence. A lot of pestilence, a lot of plagues. It's something that, is, something that is very, very, important. Okay? Because, remember the first pandemic, all right, that took a lot of people out. It took a lot of people out. It took a lot of these small, mom and pop shops, a lot of these companies out. All right, so remember, we're entering that time where, the internet is going to be shut down, and then, it's going to be brought back up with restrictions. You probably will have to have, your digital ID just to log on, and, it's going to be everything's going under full control, See? Remember, it's all about, these leaders want to make everybody under a digital prison, Yeah, it's very real. Okay, yeah, they want the people to be under a digital prison, which is, total control, total control. Verse 4, He shall cover thee with His feathers. All right, the angels, okay? He shall cover the who? Yahweh Bashim El Shai is going to cover the elect. All right, so remember that. The elect are still going to go through the motions, but the Lord is going to protect you guys out there. So remember, when all that's coming, just remember, the Lord's with you guys. All right, you guys are not alone. This is just something just to kind of, reassure you, to keep that motivation on you, Lord willing, just let you know that, hey, the Lord is going to be with His hopeful elect. Okay? And under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Right. Okay? So, just like, right here, let's go back up to the first verse. Okay, he that dwelt in the secret place of the Most High. The truth. Okay, this word. Alright? So, alright, His truth. Because it's His truth. It's not what we believe. It's not what, I feel and what I think. No, it's His truth. Okay, because this is His word. See? His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Right, because, right there, His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Because, His truth shall be thy shield. So that's going to be your shield, your guys' protection in that time. Okay? Reflect back on the scriptures. Never mind what these elites and leaders say, okay? They're pursuing peace and all that. Remember, what does the scriptures say? When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. Alright, because what the leaders do, alright, what they do is they try to, they pacify the people, They pacify the people so that way, they pacify the people that way, they numb you, that way people can, be nice and relaxed. Because you gotta remember, the Edomites are cowards, okay? They're not real men. So they want to lie to the people as much as they can, keep them asleep as much as they can, okay, before they actually get rocking and rolling, you see? Alright? So that's how they like the people, mindless and spineless. And then, okay, and then they go and then they're gonna make their move, That's how it is, They like to trick you first, and then they'll attack you, Because that's how Esau gets down. All right, remember how the Edomites, when Christopher Colon, aka Christopher Columbus, came over here to the came over here to the west. All right, 1492. Remember, he landed in San Salvador first. Okay, October 1942. No, 1492. All right, 1492 and October. Okay, and they landed in San Salvador first. Then they, continued. All right. So remember, what do they do to the natives? Were they honest men and shake hands and make honest treaties? No, they shook hands with them and then waited to our brothers and sisters fell asleep, and then they slaughtered millions of them. Because that's how Esau gets down. He smiles at your face like he's your friend, but really they're trying to kill you. See? And now these elites, they're so proud and puffed up, they're literally telling you that they're gonna do it. All right, remember, like Klaus Schwab, he said that they were planning on killing 6 billion people. So now they're straight up telling you, because they got the people so demoralized that now they're just mocking the people. They're just having fun with you 2/3 now, because they're not gonna fool the elect. The elect know what time it is. See, but everybody else, Esau, to those of you on the left hand side out there, you guys can have the dummies, you guys can have the retards, but the elect, those belong to the Lord. It don't matter how hard you want them. The elect belong to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You keep on trying and trying all you want. And here's another thing to the left hand side. How's it feel to want? Exactly. The hopeful elect are they are in the hands of the Lord. Let me see here. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. So this word, okay, shall be thy shield and buckler. Buckler means protection. Verse 5. Thou shalt not be afraid. All right, here we go. All right, so this is just a faith booster to let you know out there, the elect. Let our enemies, let them build up cases. Let them talk trash and let them even make death threats. It don't matter. Okay, the Lord is gonna be with the elect. See, you don't have to scoop down to their level and get carnal and be all. Don't even worry about it. The Lord said, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about the wicked. Okay, because they're going down. Don't even let that phase you. So what? The wicked, they have AI out here, clones, agents for what? They're all going into slavery. Esau's his AI and their clones on the left hand side, man, the 144,000 are gonna run through them. It don't matter how many there are out here, and there is a lot out here, you guys. That's something that you do gotta know. There's top technology on the left hand side where they have like AI out here, and clones. Yeah, it's real talk. There's a lot going on out here that your average person does not know. But that's all right. They're all out here, to serve a purpose, to show the world what wickedness is. But the Lord's gonna shut it all down. So this is what the Lord is telling us. Psalms 91 verse 5. Nor for the pest. Verse 5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Right. Okay. So don't be afraid. Okay, this is what the Lord's saying. All right, because they're gonna throw a lot of arrows, saying, okay, well, if you speak this on the internet, we're gonna fine you 500,000, $1 million. Who gives a fuck? Okay, forget Esau and the heathens. Let them come up with these charges and all that. Remember, that spiritual power is about to be activated as soon as these retarded heathens and Edomites make their move. Remember, the angels are gonna step in. Remember that. It don't matter what type of teams they got out here, what type of technology. They can't step up to the angels and the 144. Don't matter how mad they get. Let them team up. Let them talk trash. Don't matter. See, the Lord's been showing you this whole time that look at when these militaries try to shoot down the ships. What happens? Nothing. So in that day, if you're part of the hopeful elect, they're not going to be able to do anything. It doesn't matter if they have top-notch, androids, clones, top-notch, lasers, super soldiers. That don't matter. The 144,000, the angels are gonna beat them down out here. Don't even worry about it. So let them talk trash. Let them say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna charge you guys $1 million." Let them talk trash. Okay. Don't worry about it, mijo. Don't worry about it, mija. Okay, because remember, our enemies, they're the ones who are going to slavery. So they're the ones who are panicking right now, you know? They're on overdrive, all nervous. And they're actually the ones right now who are dying. You know? Imagine they're the ones trying to take out the elect, and they're the ones dying. Can you imagine? Yeah, that's right, Esau. And we laugh every time we find out, you know, someone else from the left-hand side died. You know why? Because that's good for you guys. Yep. Yeah, that's good for you. That's good for you. That's right. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. You know, another Edomite dead. You know, and we rejoice when we hear that our enemies are afraid, that they're dying, because the Lord is taking you clowns out. You know, we're just sitting back and just watching the show. You know, while the left-hand side is scrambling out here, all nervous. You know, remember, it don't matter. You know, it don't matter how much our enemies talk crap, or you know, even let them give us, you know, or the hopeful elect death threats. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Okay, this is why the Lord is telling you right here to comfort you. Okay. Psalms 91 verse 6. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Okay. So this is something that, you know, is you know, very, very, you know, very, very important, you know, because you know, you know, there's a lot that's going to be happening out here, a lot. All right. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, because there's going to be a lot of pestilence out here, ladies and gentlemen. The Lord is going to bring pestilence himself. Bill Gates, you know, that Edomite, he said that, you know, if the first one didn't get your attention, the second one will. So, you know, a lot of this is, there's a lot more coming down the pike, you know. And then the Lord is going to bring his diseases, where people are going to have diseases, you know. People are going to be like bleeding out of their eyes. People's like organs are going to be failing them. Yeah, you know. I had a dream once, you know, that, you know, the Lord took out, you know, the wicked, that he crushed their organs, you know, that he crushed remember, the Lord can just crush our enemies. Imagine, like, you know, like their you know, like their what is it, their like their organs and stuff. You know, when people have like kidney failure and all that, you know how much that shit hurts. You know, the Lord can literally just crush our enemies' organs inside their body. You know, like you crush a soda can, the Lord can do that, you know. And the Lord, I had a dream one time about that our enemies, you know, because you have people that are crooked out there, you know. You have corrupt people out there, and the Lord showed me that like the Lord took some of them out, like he crushed their organs. Yeah, you know, the Lord can do a lot of things, you know. The Lord can do a lot. He can just he can like freeze their blood, stop their blood from flowing, you know. But that's something else that the Lord can do, you know. He can just crush your organs, you know, just by his thought, just by him thinking it. He can crush your organs inside your body. Imagine, you know. And I saw that, you know. Yep, I saw our enemies in great pain. Remember, our enemies are about to feel great pain, because Yahweh and the angels are gonna jack them up big time, you know, because they're messing with fire. You know, they think they can fight the Lord. You know, never mind us. You know, so they're trying to go against the Lord. These dudes are full-on retards, you know. This is why we stay laughing. You know, there's no reason to get mad, or for what, you know. So just keep doing your thing. Stay in the spirit. Trust in the Lord. So what? Our enemies get mad. Let them get mad. So what? You know? So what? You know? You see? Alright, verse 6. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of death and destruction out here. Because once these benefits and all this starts failing, you know, as far as SNAP benefits, you know, stuff like that, you know, something that you got to understand is that, you know, people are going to go into full survival mode, you know, full survival mode, you know, big time. People are going to be on full survival mode out here, because once people, yeah, they're crying right now. And then the beginning stages, once they find out that their benefits they don't have no benefits no more, their first step is gonna be like crying, complaining, but then it's gonna be to begging, and then once that don't happen no more, it's gonna be, well, there was some lady who said, she was a Jake woman. She said that that she literally said that she's gonna steal because she don't have nothing. She said she's literally gonna steal. That's what people are gonna do when you're left. Uh, Desperate times call for desperate measures, because once you cry, okay, you cry it out, okay, but after that, okay, then you may beg a little bit, but once that fails, then what? You have to go out there and get it. You got to go out there and survive. You have to get it somehow, and that's what's coming. Full on, anarchy, civil unrest, civil war, martial law. Because once these benefits keep failing and failing, okay, these governments are gonna keep cutting stuff off. But remember, it's ultimately from the Lord, because we're in judgment time. It's not just all the elites are being evil. Remember, the Lord controls these elites. It's called judgment, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that are playing around, you're gonna see how they're gonna be destroyed out here. They're gonna be panicking. The Lord's literally gonna starve these clowns out. So all these 2/3 of our people who are talking trash, don't worry about it. We're about to see them be starved to death. And we're gonna laugh. Facts. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh. We're already laughing at you, because you're mocking the Lord. Hey, you're fighting against the Lord. So you chose that. So now the Lord's gonna starve you clowns out, to you 2/3 out there. Who want to decide to team up with Esau. That's fine, but don't complain when the Lord starves your bitch ass out. We're just gonna laugh. You don't even make us mad no more. At this point, we're just gonna look and laugh. Because you chose a cave dweller over the Most High Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai. You're the definition of what this world calls a dumbass. You 2/3 are complete idiots. But that's on you. You want to choose this, to join Esau? Go for it. Knock yourself out. But the Lord is going to pay you guys a little visit. Psalms 91 verse 7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand. Meaning what? People are going to start dying out here. People are actually going to be killing each other just for a can of Spam. Yeah. But it shall not come nigh thee, because the elect are going to be protected and they're going to be fed. Alright, because remember, the angels are out here as well. It's not just the left-hand side and, whoever don't bow down screwed. No, hell no. Alright, fuck you, Esau. Alright, with your bitch ass. Okay, you ain't got no control over the elect. You may fool the world, but you ain't fooling the elect, baby. Remember that. The elect are not afraid of your bitch ass. Or your teams or the EU, whoever you got out here. You guys are certified clowns. You guys are being prepared to go into slavery. Facts. You're a laughing stock at this point. And the more madder you get, the more harder we laugh. Because it don't matter how mad you get, how much money you spend on your military or artillery. You Edomites and heathens, your time is up. You're going to slavery. See? So we're just gonna watch you guys scramble at this point, and run for your lives once Yahweh Shai and the angels get here. See? So this is one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this video. To comfort the elect, just to let you guys know. Okay, yes, the enemy's gonna come down with because they're very angry, but don't worry about it. The Lord is with His hopeful elect. Okay, He's with you guys. He's with you guys. Remember that. Huh? Verse 8. Only with thy eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Meaning what? Because the Lord's going to destroy enemies. The Lord don't say, alright, get guns and get ready. No, we ain't got to do nothing. Okay, Lord willing, I'm part of the hopeful elect. The hopeful elect. You guys just got to, get right with the Lord. Repent, stay on point. Don't worry about these 2/3. Don't even worry about, if you do have to get hindered up, if you do got to go to camps or prisons, don't even worry about what you're going to wear or what you're going to say. That's what Yahweh Shai told us, in St. Matthew. See? Verse 9, because thou had, why? So why are you guys going to be protected? Well, let's continue reading. Verse 9, Because thou hast made the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. See? Because basically meaning what? Alright, the elect, you guys are putting your trust in the Lord. Okay, you're not being a phony like these Christians and Catholics, you see? Alright? Because you guys really believe in the Lord. See? Okay. Verse 10. There shall no evil befall thee. See? Neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Meaning what? You guys are going to be protected. Don't worry about these clowns. Alright? And they are clowns, you know? Because for Donald Trump to make a video like that, you know, it doesn't mean like, oh, how can he do that and all that. No, just look at, you know, what it is. So you telling me that dude's a king? That he's royalty? Nah. Who would make a video like that? Especially a leader, you know? A leader. He's supposed to be royal, you know? He's supposed to carry himself a certain way. It doesn't matter if he don't like certain people. But to make a video like that where he's, you know, shitting on people, shows you that these Edomites are low class. Okay? You know? This is why they're going to slavery. Because they do not know how to rule and they're destroying everything. Okay, they're destroying the planet. They even destroy their own people. You know, Trump, he don't even give a fuck about his own. Excuse my Italian. He don't even give a fuck about his own generals. You know, imagine this dude just saying fuck everybody. You know, you don't think this Lord? You don't think Donald Trump's gonna destroy shit? Dude, he's a son of perdition. You know, he's a son. Son of perdition means the son of destruction. Because you know he's like it's like Dennis the Menace. You know, it's like having little Dennis the Menace as a president. He's gonna destroy shit. You know, he's gonna destroy shit. He's gonna destroy shit. You know, all we gotta do is just watch him work. You know, facts. You know, the more healthier he is, the more proud and puffed up they are, the faster he's gonna destroy himself. You know, so those are the hopeful elect out there. Just hope that the Lord keeps a proud and puffed up spirit on Donald Trump. You know, yeah, keep him nice and healthy. Fuck it, why not? The healthier he is, the more proud and puffed up he is, the faster he's gonna destroy this place. Facts. You know? So, you know, we want to see you know, you want to see Trump like that, you know? You know, we don't want him to be destroyed just yet because he's doing a good job in destroying this place. Look at how many enemies now America has. Okay? See? But he's bringing this place down. You have to understand it's the Lord's agenda, you know. So you want to, you know, we want to just continue to see Donald Trump, you know, do his thing, you know, because the more proud and puffed up he is, hey, the faster he's destroying himself, and the faster that he's destroying America. Okay, look at how many enemies he got. You know, how much longer you think this dude's gonna last? You know, with his own generals calling him a traitor to his face. You know, facts. So yeah, it's man, you know, I mean, how much longer do you think until somebody, you know, like that dude, man, he's really walking on eggshells because he's hated by a lot of people, you know, even his own kind. Say it's only a matter of time before you know what, you know. I mean, come on, because he's making enemies everywhere and he don't even give a shit. You know, it's only a matter of time before someone says, nah, fuck this guy, you know. Come on, you know. And this is why that civil war is gonna be very, very serious because remember that movie Civil War? All right. I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but you know, it may. You know, I don't know. But just remember that movie Civil War. How at the end they just wanted the president. They're like, hey, just give us the president. Why? Because they found out that he lied to the people. He screwed over the people, the American people. All right. Because that's why these generals are calling them traitors. Yeah. Right now, people are just pissed off because, you know, the United States Army, they're arresting, you know, their own generals and all that just for speaking about what they're doing. Because America, you know, they're bombing women and children, you know. And they're like, hey, man, this is genocide. Like, this is fucked up, you know. And they can't even talk about it. To show you that, you know, America is very corrupt. They do a lot of bad things around the world. And now their own military and army is talking about it. See, and they're locking them up. Like, they can't even talk about it. See? You know, so if they're locking them up, people that in their own army, how much more regular people out here? See? To show you that these top American leaders do not care about the American people at all. Remember, they're all about the New World Order. Very, very important, okay? Very, very important. So you guys are starting to see that now. Okay, the world is starting to see that now. The elect already know, but the rest of the other people are starting to see that, you see? Okay? All right, so that's something that is, you know, very, very, important. Okay, very, very important. So, right here, let's continue. Verse 11, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Right, because who's out here? The angels. See? For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. It don't matter what our enemies say. Remember, they're certified clowns. They're going down. See, they just, they're proud and puffed up right now because, yeah, they have, they have, the society, in their grips, but that's all right. Okay, that's okay. See, verse, where are we at? Verse 12, they shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. So yeah, so don't go against the Lord. Don't tempt the Lord. Just keep, staying the Lord's. You want to just follow the law, statutes, commandments the best you can. And you really want to believe in this thing. Don't fake the funk. Because the Lord knows your heart. He knows. All right. Verse 13, thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shall trample under feet. Okay, verse 14, because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. Who? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Alright, I will set him on high, because he had known my name. Not his title, not what you feel it is, not what, well, I think it's Jesus Christ. No. Okay, his name is Yahweh, the Most High, and his son's name is Yahushai. See, so it's very important that you call on that name. Verse 15, he shall call upon me, and I will answer him. Because the Lord, Yahushai can hear his elect. Okay, and Yahushai sends your prayers to Yahweh. I will be with him in trouble. There it is. Okay, so that's just to comfort the flock out there. Okay, right here, this is the Lord. I will be with him in trouble. Because through all these troubled times, you might say, well, damn, how am I going to survive? How am I going to make it? The Lord's going to be with you guys and the angels. Don't worry about these clowns. Let them talk trash. Let them get mad. Remember, they're just men. They're not gods. Okay? And this is why we're laughing at you elites out there. Like even China, you guys saying that you guys can reach immortality. We're watching. Moab, you guys are a bunch of retards. We're laughing at you. You guys say you guys can reach immortality. Let's see it. We're waiting on that. Because only, because forget you, Moab. You guys are a bunch of retards. You guys said that, you guys can reach immortality. Let's see. Prove it, Also, another thing, Klaus Schwab and these other elites say that they can reach, they can be gods and stuff. No, you can't. Okay, you can't. It's something that, you can't reach that. Where only Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai can give that to you. See? Alright. So, verse 15, Psalms 91, verse 15. He shall call upon me, who? The elect, the 144,000 and the men, women, and children. Alright, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. There it is. See, because the Lord is going to deliver his elect. Verse 16, with long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. So that's it, because salvation is for the hopeful elect. So that's it on today's lesson out there. Keep the faith and pray, you guys. Don't forget to pray. Remember that you guys are not alone out here. So with that, shalom. Stay strong on your feet, soldier.